Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Zombies Ate My Neighbors. We're starting today with Toxic Terrors. Um, this level, I don't get it. I just know that it is flippin' annoying. It is filled with tons of those little red gooey things. Those little red gooey things are extremely annoying by the fact that they can shoot their goo up. They can shoot their goo up into the air, and it can land on you or it can land on your neighbors and it can slowly suffocate them. And this is annoying because it can be done whether or not you're actually watching the neighbors. And to my knowledge, there is no way to kill them. So you can temporarily stop them. Hold on, we are up there. We are going to get our, I think that's our first bonus level. There are a couple of secret bonus levels, and that was one of them. But anyway, yeah, to my knowledge, you cannot kill them. You can use the fire extinguisher to freeze them, but you cannot kill them. I didn't try it, or I am not trying it, but I think that maybe the popsicles will work. And I know the popsicles, see, that's the drowning off in the red goop. Off in the SNES version, they are all purple, which is extremely weird. I also think that Julie's outfit might be purple off in the Super Nintendo version. Because Nintendo has an aversion to blood. So they censored out any of the blood as best they could. They changed those from red to purple. Which is okay, I like purple. As you can tell by the Izuna Entertainment logo, I like purple a lot. And Fotzes. You know, there's nothing wrong with a good Fox, especially if they're purple. The secret bonus is fun, because they give you a chance to get a whole bunch of cool items, and it gives you a chance to get, normally an extra life. This level is not actually one that I'm familiar with because I always forget about the secret bonus off in that level normally. So, running through this is kind of fresh, kind of new. Which is good, because good to see that after playing a game for, gosh, about 20 years, I suppose, that you can still find new things that you're not expecting from before. And you find content like that all the time. They just recently did something, I was reading about it online the other day, something with hidden macros or something like that off in the original Mortal Kombat, and that came out right... It was either right around this time or not too long after this, actually. It came out for the arcade system. It was the game that actually ended up... it created the ESRB rating system. And, of course, it was also heavily censored off in the SNES version, which is why I never played that version, but I played Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 a lot on Genesis, and it was great. It was masterful. I'd love to put that on here too, but for that we really need somebody else to play that two-player, because sometimes the AI can just be cheap. Constant back sweeping. It's far too easy. Granted, it's just as easy to spam the Star Screamer with Sindel. I hate this level. This level always used to piss me off, and I didn't like to use my bazooka. I'm one of those people where if I can hold on to my items, I'm normally going to, but these little dolls of the damned are a real pain in the ass because they're immune to the bazooka fire, they're hard to kill, and even in the event that you do kill them, sometimes they will catch on fire, and then you got a fire demon that you got to put out. And I might have said that before off in an earlier recording, I can't completely remember, but their little whoop-ah noise starts to get on your nerves after a while too. Then again, sometimes you can just tune it out. It's a lot easier to avoid them and sometimes take the hit than it is to try to keep killing them. And that's what I'm doing to get through these levels. especially because they can move very quick and they can take your victims. And like I said, if you lose all your victims, or the game remembers your victims, and if you lose them, you have to basically make them up through bonus levels, or you have to be really quick going through levels and get them. Pardon me. Because if you don't, they are gone forever. And whenever you're running through a level that's got a shit ton load of enemies and you've only got one victim to find, and you got to get to it before they do, yeah, it's very, very difficult to do. And it's just, if you play this game, which I do recommend trying to play it, I think they recently released it not too long ago on the Virtual Console, so I don't know if that was just for the Wii or for the Wii U, or possibly both. I don't own a Wii U. I want to get one eventually, but play it if you get a chance. It's a lot of fun. And I kind of forgot where I was going with that. Sorry, guys. But it's definitely a fun game. And it's a very challenging game. So it's definitely worth your time, especially if you can catch it on sale. I don't know how much it would cost, but you know, sometimes you got that extra couple bucks. It's just worth it. I don't remember if I talked about it. This game does have a sequel. It's called Ghoul Patrol. It didn't originally start as a sequel to this game. It started as something else, but they eventually made it into a sequel for this game because they just thought that a Zombies Ate My Neighbor game would do better. It's not as in-depth. It was only for the Super Nintendo, but that's okay. I won't hold that against it. I've tried it once. It was nothing to write home about. If y'all want, maybe we'll try that sometime. There is literally lists of games that we could play on here, if y'all are interested. I'm working slowly on getting better equipment and whatnot. It's going to take a lot of time. This is something that's just being done for fun, being done off in spare time. So, any big investments would have to be really worth it. So yeah, hopefully later on we'll be able to do stuff like PS2, maybe 360. Just it all depends on what we can do, and what feedback you give. Because after all, a show is nothing without its viewers, and what we need most is feedback from you. Because though it's a fun project for me, it's ultimately for whoever wants to watch it. And that's probably the way that most videos should be. I got nothing against people who have sponsored videos or that kind of thing, as long as the sponsorship made sense. This level is just weird. It has some of the weirdest... I don't get it. I really don't. I think it's based on, slightly on Mars Needs Moms, which was a B movie, I think. Don't count me on that one. I'm not sure. I've heard stories somewhere that it's a B-rated horror movie. I've heard stories somewhere that it's an X-rated movie. So Google that at your own risk. That's not me. These little guys, I can't remember if they actually damage me. I'm not paying that much attention to it. But they're annoying, and the only way to get them to go away from you is to fire the footballs at them. And there's only like 3 levels where you can pick up the football weapon. And even then, it's not very useful at all. I also have heard that there's a way to destroy the spaceship, but I have never done it, because these little bastards with their ray guns are already annoying enough. And, so yeah. I'm not going to sit there and keep trying to kill the ray gun or waste what I consider perfectly good ammo for something that I already don't have to kill. Or that I don't have to kill yet. So. Especially because I know that there are other levels coming up where I'm going to need my ammo and my weapons a lot more than what I need them for against a spaceship. Though it is kind of cool, they all line up together and they're doing the wave. So, oh, and there's a 10 cheerleader bonus and a secret bonus. Cool. Ooh, and an extra bonus player. It's always good to have an extra life. We're going a little bit longer with this one. Just because it's just all about how things work out. I'm trying to keep the episodes around 10 to 15 minutes. And sometimes whenever we have a bonus episode like this, it's just a little bit more fun to show it off and make things a little longer. So I hope y'all enjoy that this time. This is also a bonus level that I have never played before, but I can tell you one thing. I hate these damn spiders. Because, ooh, werewolf. Werewolves are a pain in the butt. You can one-hit kill them. But to kill them in one hit, you need a special item. And that would be silverware, because werewolves are weak against silver. It makes perfect sense, doesn't it? It's just the sheer absurdity of some of these weapons are fun. I love the silverware. I don't know what the plates are for. I don't know what the oranges are for. I love the fact that the root beer or the cola is kind of a, it's a splash weapon, so it's a grenade. And that makes perfect sense. Who would not want to use a shaken up soda to destroy zombies and werewolves and, there's actually a lot of monsters off in this game too. And they're all pretty well designed. Even though the werewolves do slightly look like, you know, they've been interbreeding with dragons. Or maybe that's just me. Leave me a comment if you think that they look like they've been interbreeding with dragons. Because maybe I'm just seeing things and I make no sense. There are days whenever that kind of thing happens. It just, you know, but this level is... I'm not sure what this level is supposed to be. It looks like the office levels, but it also almost looks like, almost looks like a house or some really weird apartment complex. That's the other cool thing is that if you die, you're pretty much... Oh, fuck, vampires. And the vampires are annoying because they will sit and fire bats at you. And as far as I know, the vampires are not killable. You might be able to with a really huge dose of the cross. But I've tried it, and I've never had any luck with it. So maybe it's just me. I think that this is supposed to be some kind of weird apartment building. Because there's couches, but there's also somebody sitting at a desk and... Ha ha ha, bad office joke, I get it. Anyway, this is where we're going to leave off here for today. And I hope that you had fun watching this video. Thank you all so much for sticking with me. Give me a like, give me a comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video.